And good morning from Wells Fargo Arena in downtown Des Moines, the home of the Iowa Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. We have an exciting matchup in the second Class 2A quarterfinal game of the day. It's the final one total in the bracket, featuring the 3-seeded North Linn Lynx and the 6-seeded Western Christian Wolfpack. And hello, basketball fans. Delighted to have you with us on this Wednesday morning here from the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy, alongside my broadcast partner, Jackie Kalin. I'm Hunter Phillips. Now let's take a look at the road to state for both of these teams, Jackie, in today's game, beginning with the 3-seed, the North Linn Lynx, who enter state with a 22-2 record. Went undefeated in conference play. The Lynx defeated Van Meter to be crowned Region 7 champs. And Jackie, you know, when we were preparing for this game, this is a North Linn team that brings in one of the top scoring offenses in Class 2A here at Wells Fargo Arena. They're an exciting team to watch.
They are, and for Coach Brian Wheatley, this is his 10th consecutive year of 20-plus wins in a season. So a very, very strong program. They're no stranger to the state tournament, and they're excited to be back again.
Meanwhile, the 6-seed Western Christian, they're making their first appearance here at state since 2017 and entered the tournament with a 17-7 overall record and got to state by defeating Central Lee in the regionals. And the Wolfpack, Jackie, are led by a talented group of seniors, beginning with Olivia Grandstrup. But when you talk about this team, they obviously have a great history playing here at the state tournament. They've won quite a few titles going back to the 2010s.
They really do have a great history, and typically Western Christian is known for their volleyball. Now, several of those volleyball players are on this basketball team, and they are just talented in so many different ways. They actually have 3 players who, when they were last in the state tournament in 2017, faced North Linn in the first round of the tournament. So these two teams are definitely familiar with each other.
Yeah, there is a history here between North Linn and Western Christian. We'll dive into that further on here as we're getting ready for the game here today. We're going to take our first break. When we come back, we'll dive deeper into what both of these teams will need to do to win today's game with our Kruger Seeds for Success. And we'll also meet the starters for today's game and get you set for tip-off from Wells Fargo Arena. You're watching the 2020 Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
Mid-American Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving, energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. So what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right. You decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
They say Buena Vista University is in the middle of a bunch of fields.
Hey guys, wait up!
Game on.
They say our idea of fun is morning tea.
And afternoon tea.
And anytime tea.
And we hang out like bumps on a log.
They say Storm Lake, Iowa isn't in the center of the action. And when we study, we're not exactly grounded.
But you know what we say.
You gotta see it to believe it.
It's game day. Brisket smoking. The stakes are huge. Full rack, baby back. Fired up, quarter pound. Fast pass, dribble down. Slam dunk. Buzzers beat.
Victory goes to Fairway, the champion of me.
Des Moines. The yeses are silent. Our city is buzzing. Catch what you've been missing today.
And welcome back here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy. Hunter Phillips, Jackie Kalin, excited to be with you here today as we're getting ready for an exciting matchup here in Class 2A between Western Christian and North Linn. Time now for the Kruger Seeds, Seeds for Success. Jackie, what are the seeds for success for both of these teams to punch their ticket to the semifinal round?
Well, for North Linn, Coach Wheatley has been very particular about them staying out of foul trouble, especially early in the game. So look for that in the first half. And then getting back and set on defense. North Linn is a very long team, and Coach wants them to use their length to their advantage by getting their defense set up. For Western Christian, they have to locate three-point shooters. North Linn is led by the Flanagan sisters, who are both stifling from the three-point line, shooting above 40% for both of them, and then limiting turnovers. Western Christian averages a bit more turnovers than North Linn, and to stay in this ballgame, they're definitely going to need to take care of the basketball.
Today's Seeds for Success were brought to you by Kruger Seeds. The next time you're in need of corn or soybean seed, give your local Kruger Seeds dealer a call. Kruger Seeds, first-class seed, first name service. Learn more at KrugerSeed.com. We're going to take another break. When we come back, we'll continue to get you ready for this afternoon's game here at Wells Fargo Arena between North Linn and Western Christian here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise and your lights will go on. That's because at Mid-American Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
In Iowa, we all play by the same rules. Hard work pays off, practice makes perfect, success is something you earn, and teamwork helps us all be winners. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics. Because on our team and on yours, what we bring to the table is what brings us all together. Learn more about our commitment to Iowa at iowapork.org.
Crowded lecture halls? Not anymore. Southwestern Community College is a different place. It's where we break from traditional college to do what's best for your career. It's about teaching the way you learn, having fun along the way, and giving you the experience you need for what comes next. A job and an income in as little as 1 year. That's why you go to college in the first place. Southwestern Community College. Your career starts here. Check out SWIC's career-related programs at swiciowa.edu/yourcareer.
At Waldorf University, we are warriors. On campus and online. In the classroom and on the field. Our work today will power tomorrow, continuing a rich tradition started in 1903. And once you're one of us, you forever are. Waldorf University, we are warriors.
I'm an Iowa teacher. I fight every day to make sure that the students have real-world life skills. My Iowa Bank helps any way I need them to. They have come to my class to be guest speakers. They have welcomed us into the bank. If you don't have a relationship with your bank, you need to make one. I love my Iowa Bank.
More Iowans choose to bank with an Iowa bank. Get to know a real Iowa banker and discover the genuine difference of Iowa banks.
Fans, the Iowa Bankers Association is proud to help students reach their goals, both financially and educationally. That's why they are honored to provide 5 student athletes from this year's basketball tournament with $1,000 scholarships. Follow their Facebook page at facebook.com/Iowa Bankers to see the winners. Hunter Phillips and Jackie Kalin, delighted to have you with us here on this Wednesday morning from here inside Wells Fargo Arena in downtown Des Moines. Jackie, familiar teams facing off here in this final Class 2A quarterfinal game between North Linn and Western Christian. Let's catch up our listeners on the history between these two teams because they're no strangers to facing each other here in downtown Des Moines.
You're right, Hunter, and it's pretty rare because they don't face each other in the regular season, but their appearances in the same game in the state tournament is pretty coincidental. They faced each other in 2017 in the first round, where Western Christian beat North Linn and went on to win the state championship that year. In 2015, North Linn beat Western Christian in overtime in the semifinals. North Linn lost in the championship that year. They've played each other several times in first-round games in the tournament. Absolutely familiar here.
So the lineups will be announced here in the arena. Let's turn it over to our public address announcer, Gina Rogers.
2020 Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau. Today's quarterfinal matchup will feature the Western Christian Wolfpack and the North Linn Lynx. Fans, tradition is an important part of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union's storied history. Because our past is an integral part of what we do today, we ask that everyone in attendance please join in a round of applause to show your appreciation to all the women who have participated in high school athletics in Iowa. Once an Iowa girl, always an Iowa girl. Fans, at this time, the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union and the Iowa Farm Bureau would like to recognize the outstanding sportsmanship shown by Western Christian High School and North Linn High School. In recognition of the importance of good sportsmanship, each state qualifying school was asked to nominate a spectator who represents their school and community in a sportsmanlike manner. Riley Bell from Central Decatur, a member of the IGHSAU Student Athlete Advisory Committee, will present each nominee with a certificate of recognition and a $250 check payable to their school's scholarship fund. Please join us in honoring these individuals whose decorum and respect for others serves as a model for all spectators. From Western Christian, Char and Gail Van Ingen. And from North Linn, Angie and Loris Klosterman. Fans, it's now time to introduce the players and coaches in today's quarterfinal matchup. First, the non-starters and assistant coaches for the Western Christian Wolfpack. Number 5, Lydia Van Clay. Number 11, Courtney Collis. Number 13, Claire Bleeker. Number 21, Shayla Van Beek. Number 22, Madison Viss. Number 23, Cassie Van Otterloo. Number 24, Josie Zudenhorst. Number 30, Tegan DeJager. Number 32, Sienna Moss. And number 34, Olivia Tenclay. Assistant coaches for the Wolfpack are Brandon Borsma and Brad Viss. And now the non-starters for the North Linn Lynx. Number 10, Fallon Finnegan. Number 12, Sam Reckemer. Number 20, Chloe Van Etten. Number 24, Ella Reese. Number 34, Elise Ware. Number 42, Olivia Rauch. Number 44, Emma Reese. Number 50, Emily Haas. Number 52, Maddie Stepanek. And number 54, Ellie Flanagan. Assistant coach for the Lynx is Kevin Gedkin. And now for our starting lineups. For the Wolfpack, a 5'4" senior, number 2, McKenna Koima. For the Lynx, a 5'6" senior, number 14, Hannah Bridgewater. For the Wolfpack, a 5'8" senior, number 3, Olivia Granstra. For the Lynx, a 5'8" senior, number 22, Grace Flanagan. For the Wolfpack, a 5'11" senior, number 10, Allie Postma. For the Lynx, a 6' junior, number 30, Ellie Ware. For the Wolfpack, a 5'11" senior, number 15, Abby Postma. For the Lynx, a 5'10" senior, number 32, Abby Flanagan. For the Wolfpack, a 6'1" senior, number 31, McKay Vant Hall. And for the Lynx, a 5'7" senior, number 40, Sydney Burke. Head coach for the Wolfpack is Justin Nagian. Head coach for the Lynx is Brian Wheatley. The officials for today's game are Jeff Bermel, Ross Hemsley, Steve Klein, and the bench official is Hunter Dingman. Now let's play!
So there you see the starting lineups for today's game between North Linn and Western Christian. Starting lineups are brought to you by Buena Vista University. Located in Storm Lake, Iowa, Buena Vista University prepares students for lifelong success through transformational academic, professional, and co-curricular programs. Schedule your visit today at bvu.edu. So, Jackie, you see there in the Buena Vista starting lineups a pair of sisters for both teams here in this matchup between Western Christian and North Linn. It's all in the family for this one.
This is really a family affair. A lot of sets of sisters, 2 sets of twins, 1 on each side of the court, multiple sets of sisters. Pretty cool.
Western Christian will begin things wearing their all maroon uniforms. North Linn in their all white. Again, a 3 versus 6 matchup. This final quarterfinal game in Class 2A. And an early turnover out of the gates for the Wolfpack. It'll be Lynx basketball. Bringing it up the floor is Grace Flanagan. The leading scorer for the Lynx drives. Count the bucket for Flanagan.
Number 22, Grace Flanagan.
Well, and we're seeing kind of both sides of the start of a basketball game, a turnover on one end, not, what the coach is going to be looking for in terms of execution, and then just a strong drive to the hoop for the and one.
Grace Flanagan puts the Lynx on the board. 3-0. North Linn out in front early. 7:29 to go here in this first quarter. Thinking about the 3 is Koima. That shot off, but a foul called on the attempt on the Lynx.
So North Linn showing their 2-3 zone. Again, coach loves their length and ability to get their arms in passing lanes. Western Christian doing a nice job already of attacking by passing inside out. And there, Hunter, you just never want to foul a jump shooter.
Well, and like Coach Wheatley said, they do not want to get in foul trouble early, and that results in a 2-point trip at the line for McKenna Koima. 3-2, North Linn on top of Western Christian. The winner of this game will go on to face West Hancock on Friday morning in the semifinal round. Ball knocked loose. Corner 3 is good. Grace Flanagan off to a hot start here in this one.
Grace Flanagan was actually being denied, so her defender did not see the loose ball. Good awareness by Flanagan.
She leads 2A in three-pointers made. That's 74 on the season, but Western Christian responds on the other side. McKay Vant Hole gets the bucket off the glass. Hot start to this one for both teams. 6-4, North Linn in front. Again, the Lynx coming in with a 22-2 overall record. Western Christian 17-7. But these are two teams that when they last met, it was in the first round here in the tournament back in 2017, as Jackie alluded to earlier in our broadcast. Abby Flanagan off the dribble, throws it in, and a foul called on the Wolfpack. That was Ellie Ware receiving that pass while she was going for the layup. She was fouled.
It's a great read off the ball screen. Western Christian with the right idea, but the help came just a second late, so was in the position to foul there.
First free throw is good for Ellie Ware.
Number 22, Madison Viss. Shooting for the Lynx, number 30, Ellie Ware.
Viss comes in for Western Christian. And a reminder that substitutions in today's game are brought to you by IMT Insurance. Learn how you can be worry-free with IMT at imtins.com. Couple of minutes have gone by here in this first quarter. 3-point lead for the Lynx. Wolfpack back to work. Corner three. Air ball by the Wolfpack. Loose ball collected, and it'll be an and one. Down low for Van Hole.
That was on the Lynx, number 22.
Just a great job there by McKay Van Holt on continuing the play, grabbing that rebound. Western Christian got the shot they wanted, a set play against the zone.
And they get the rebound off the missed free throw on that and one opportunity. Now here's a three. That's unable to fall in. Attempted that time by Granstra. North Linn. Again, they're going to try to push all afternoon long. Flanagan misses the first layup. Almost got the rebound, but contested by the Wolfpack. Now they're running ahead on their side of the floor, looking for their first lead here early on. McKenna Koima. Give it back to Pottsma. Now here's a three. That rims in and out. A good look for Koima. Ball knocked out. Last touch by North Linn.
Western Christian doing a nice job so far passing against the zone, getting some shots they want. Just got to make them fall.
But again, a Western Christian team that has a load of athletes, especially with that volleyball background, going to be key for them. They're so good on the offensive glass. One of their keys for success here today as the jumper falls in.
Number 31,
McKay Van Holt puts Western Christian ahead by one, their first lead, 8-7. Van Holt doing some great things here, Jackie, in this opening quarter.
She really is, and we're seeing the athleticism from many different players out there on the court, as you alluded to, playing multiple sports, and we're definitely seeing what Van Holt can bring in a lot of different ways.
Number 20, Chloe Van Etten, into the lineup for the Lynx.
Coming in for North Linn will be Chloe Van Etten. Substitution brought to you by IMT Insurance. 8-7. Western Christian over North Linn. 4:22 to go in this first quarter. Here's a heave from the corner. That's good by McKenna Koima. She wasn't going to be denied for too long, but she was able to sink that one to extend the lead out to 4 points.
Be looking for the screens offensively that Western Christian is setting against that zone. That is what's getting them open shots.
Drive down low, unable to finish is Flanagan. And a foul called afterwards as Western Christian was able to haul in the rebound. Western Christian has been able to lock things down on the defensive end.
On the Lynx, number 32, Abby Flanagan, her second.
As three subs will come in for the Wolfpack.
Number 40, Sydney Burt. In for the Wolfpack.
And one in for North Linn.
Number 32, Sienna Moss. And number 10, Allie Postma.
You can definitely tell that Coach Justin Negan has prepared to play against this zone. We're seeing quite a few sets of cutters going through and setting different kinds of screens.
Off-ball action. Whistled on Western Christian. Ball will go back to North Linn. .340 to go in quarter number one. Western Christian leading by 4. Ellie Ware. It's out to the corner. Now Ware. Down inside to Bridgewater, who's able to finish.
Number 14, Hannah Bridgewater.
Hannah Bridgewater showing what she can do on the post with the height disadvantage.
One of 4 senior starters in the lineup. And the 2 seniors come up with a steal there just in front of the North Linn bench.
Well, and Hunter, this is a ball game full of experience. 9 out of the 10 starters were seniors. Are seniors.
We've seen a lot of younger lineups out there, but not in this game. Senior-laden teams as North Linn turns it over, and Western Christian is back with it. North Linn got off to a very good start, thanks in part to Grace Flanagan, but Western Christian, with a multitude of players, has been able to come back in this one. And there's Grace Flanagan off the steal, taking it the other way. And a blocking foul called down low on the Wolfpack.
Yep, I think she looked surprised by the call, but that's a pretty easy call for the referee when the defense is right underneath the hoop. You got to give the player a little bit more room. There's a circle on the court, and that's exactly what it's for. Not sure it's necessarily used in the high school game, so the players aren't probably as used to that, but pretty much setting your feet inside that circle is going to be a blocking call.
Flanagan now with 8 points as she goes 2 for 2 from the line. Knotted up at 11. 2:25 to go in the first quarter. Western Christian gets the ball knocked away. This is, again, Jackie, a Northland team that averages 13 steals per game. They're very active on the defensive side of the floor, trying to take advantage of a Wolfpack turnover here. A lot of time spent in the lane, but nothing going for Western Christian. But active hands by Grace Flanagan again leads to a layup for 2. And Northland is back in front.
22, Grace Flanagan.
Yeah, you mentioned steals per game. Grace Flanagan leads that with over 4 steals a game, Hunter. That is an incredible statistic.
Among the many that she has been able to put up this season. Another offensive rebound by Western Christian. Here's a chuck from the corner, in and out. Good look there by Madison Viss.
You know, I'm definitely somebody who loves to look for players that, you know, do the little things that don't show up on the stat sheet, but we got to talk about, I mean, Grace Flanagan across the board in pretty much every statistical category. She has unreal numbers.
Second all-time in career scoring behind 2015 Miss Iowa basketball Nicole Miller. Short jumper. Good for the Lynx. That was Ellie Ware, the lone junior in the starting lineup. The 6-foot junior makes it a 4-point lead for the Lynx, 15-11. Under a minute to go, and what's been an exciting first quarter of action. A lot of back and forth. Knocked off the leg of the Wolfpack. Ball will go back to the Lynx here all of a sudden. Jackie, this Northland defense has caused a lot of turnovers for Western Christian.
They have, and we talk about keys to the game already. Coach Wheatley knew that they have to get back on defense in order to set up their zone, and they have done a great job of that so far and have already forced 6 turnovers.
They've been able to take advantage of most of those turnovers. So we just have over 30 seconds to go in quarter number 1, 15-11. Northland in front. Western Christian applying pressure here in the corner, and a turnover is what they were able to cause right there. So good pressure there just to the right of us, Jackie, by Western Christian.
It's been fun to watch so far with just the length on both teams. We've seen quite a bit of action in traps and forcing tough passes and a lot of deflections. Don't always end up in steals, but both teams are really taking each other out of what they want to do.
Play nearly gets broken up for Western Christian. They still have possession. Here's a 3 that's too strong, but they get the rebound. Now here's a 3 from the corner. Rims in and out as well. And that will do it after a feisty first quarter of play between these two teams. Northland leads Western Christian after the first quarter, 15-11. We'll be back with the second quarter after this here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
Mid-American Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving, energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. So what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right. You decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Central College has a new tuition price of just $18,600. That means the college experience that opens doors for a lifetime is more affordable than ever, and scholarships are still available. Apply today at central.edu.
Hey fans, Central College has a new tuition price of just $18,600. That means the college experience that opens doors for a lifetime is now more affordable than ever, and scholarships are still available. Apply today at central.edu. And North Linn gets on the board first here in this second quarter. And they lead 17-11 over Western Christian. Hunter Phillips and Jackie Kalin here with you. And Jackie, that was the first field goal for North Linn in just over a minute. Western Christian hasn't got a field goal to go in just over 4 minutes. Really seemed like towards the tail end of that first quarter, both teams were locking each other down on the defensive side.
You're right, Hunter, and I felt like the further it got in the quarter, we just saw, you said it earlier, feisty. We saw both teams defensively just picking up their energy and their deflections. And for Western Christian, going almost half of a quarter without scoring, a lot of that is because of results like this one, turnovers.
And guess who was in the thick of it? Grace Flanagan, already with a pair of steals in this one, but that one results in a deflected ball, last touched by Western Christian right in front of the Lynx bench. 6-point lead for the Lynx. Here's Flanagan going to work. She has to back it out, pressured. Ball goes out, and last touched by the Lynx. So again, just what we were talking about, Jackie, both teams not giving the other team an inch, especially in the paint, it seems like.
Well, great job of defensive pressure. Grace Flanagan had a nice hesitation move, but the defense did not fall for it, stuck with it, and ended up getting the turnover.
Western Christian led by as many as 4 points in the opening quarter. McKay Van Holt was a large part of that. Here's a drive in the lane that results in a foul. That was Allie Postma. And she'll be at the line to shoot two.
Fouls on the Lynx, number 30, Ellie Ware, her first, team fifth.
That's the fifth team foul on North Linn. Again, early foul trouble. Something to keep an eye on for the Lynx.
Number 10, Allie Postma.
Allie Postma, one of 3 players who were a part of that 2017 state championship team. Very familiar with what it's like on the big stage.
That time, going 0 for 2 from the line is Postma. Again, a team that won 3 consecutive state championships there from 2012 to 2014, then won again in 2017. This Wolfpack program so good here at the well.
On the Wolfpack, number 10,
foul called on Allie Postma.
Team fourth.
That's the 4th team foul on Western Christian. And there's a steal off the inbounds. Great read by Granstra.
Steal in the basket.
Was able to lay it in for 2. The leading scorer for the Wolfpack, trying to get her team back in this one here in the second quarter.
Granstra, more of a quiet game so far. We haven't heard a lot of her name mentioned, but just a great play there and a great left-handed finish.
Four-point lead for the Lynx. Sydney Burke will go over to Bridgewater. Quick drive in the lane. Back out to Van Etten now. Shot down lows off for the Lynx. Wolfpack there for the rebound. Western Christian is out-rebounded North Linn 10-4 here in this first half. There's Abby Postma. She'll send it back out to Koima.
That's something teams typically will give up by playing a zone. North Linn has to box out people rather than areas, and they've given up quite a few offensive boards so far.
Now it's Van Hole. Tough drive. Some contact there. North Linn pushing out in transition. It's Bridgewater. Skips it to the corner. Here's a 3 on the way. Off the mark. But North Linn there for the offensive rebound. Ball goes out. And it'll stay with North Linn.
In the lineup for the Lynx, number 32, Abby Flanagan. In for the Wolfpack, number 22,
Hunter, both
Madison
teams have
Fiss.
Great offensive abilities, great scorers, but I've been impressed with the defense so far.
It's really stood out here. Second chance, shot won't fall. And the ball will go into the direction of Western Christian.
Fouls on the links. Number 14, Hannah Bridgewater.
We've gone just over 3 minutes into the second quarter, Jackie, and just 2 points have been scored combined by both of these teams. To your point.
Northland now with 6 fouls, so Western Christian will be in the bonus for the rest of the half.
Postma. Send it out to Viss. Now it's Olivia Granstra, averages 13 points per game. Here's a 3. That's off the mark. Grace Flanagan there for the rebound. Again, scoring's been difficult to come by, but that's ended right there with a 3 by Sydney Burke. The senior guard makes it a 7-point lead for Northwind, their largest lead here in this first half. Western Christian again trying to get through this Northwind defense. We'll go inside to Vant Hull. Now Koima, dribble drive. Bounces it back out to Viss. Mid-range jumper. Won't go. Offensive rebound. Put back too strong by Granstra. And now Grace Flanagan, who will play her collegiate ball on DMAC. Brings it up the floor. But her pass back out gets knocked away by Western Christian. It's Granstra quickly the other way, drives. Nearly got the and one play, but she'll be at the line to shoot 2 here.
Fouls on the links. Number 30, Ellie Ware, her second, team 7.
So that will send Western Christian in the bonus from here on out here in this first half.
In the lineup for
as
the
Granstra
number 10, Ali Postma.
makes the
number
first
11,
free throw.
Collis,
Pair of subs come in for the Wolfpack.
In for the Lynx,
and
number
one
20,
sub comes
Chloe
in
Van
for Northwind.
Wolfpack.
And subs today brought to you by
Number 3,
IMT
Olivia
Insurance. Two for 2 trip for Olivia Granstra. And a timeout on the floor is going to be called by
Wolfpack.
Western Christian. It will be a 30-second timeout, so we will stay here. And yeah, just really a tightly contested first half here, Jackie, between two teams again who are so familiar with one another. And we know what they've been able to do on the offensive side, but like we've been talking about here in this first half, it's really been the defense that has stood out.
It has, and you know, we've talked about their length. Both teams forcing a lot of turnovers in the sense of just through traps and not allowing the players to pass through traps. Oftentimes when you bring a trap, you're leaving somebody open. So the most important aspect is not allowing players to pass out of the trap, and both teams honestly have done a great job of that.
Northwind basketball out of the Western Christian timeout. It's a 5-point lead for the Lynx. Sydney Burke. Back out to Bridgewater. Tough drive in the lane, and they'll get Western Christian for the foul.
Northland looked a little bit out of sorts from the start of that offensive possession.
Her third, team 5th.
So good for them to
shooting for the Lynx.
Come out with a positive possession and getting to the free throw line.
First free throw is missed by Hannah Bridgewater, 5'6" senior guard. Take a look at the conversation there. Head coach Brian Wheatley and one of his players.
Back in for the Wolfpack, number 2, McKenna
Bridgewater is able to make that one 21-15. Northwind over Western Christian. 3 minutes to go here in this first half. Corner 3. Off the mark by Koima. She made one there from the near corner earlier in the ball game back in the first quarter. That's the lone make from downtown. Here's a 3 on the way that is going to go out of play from Sydney Burke, who also made one here earlier in the second quarter. So a 6-point lead for the Lynx. Once again, have to touch on that fact that both schools were able to bring in big crowds here to the arena today. That shot is off for Madison Viss. Western Christian now 1 for 10 from beyond the arc. Shot off by Flanagan. Bridgewater with the offensive rebound high off the glass was the putback attempt. And drawing the foul there was number 22.
Fouls on the Wolfpack. Number 2,
Hannah Bridgewater, that is her game
6.
right there. An
for the Lynx,
incredible
20, Chloe
offensive
Van
box out to get the offensive rebound. She's just a scrappy player, very good defender, does the little things for North Linn.
Substitution for the Wolfpack.
Again,
number 31,
more
McKay Van
than
Hall.
just a score.
Number 15, Abby Postma.
That was Chloe Van Etten that trying to get it off the glass and in. Misses the first free throw is Van Etten, sophomore forward. Second one in the air is good for Van Etten. So again, North Linn matching their largest lead now here in this first half. Still 2 minutes to go. Mid-range jumper, short by Postma. A one and done possession, the Lynx back in their front court. Here's Van Etten. Down low to Burke. Now back to Van Etten. Draws a double team. Now it's Bridgewater. Between 3 Wolfpack defenders. Back to Van Etten. North Linn trying to drive, but are forced outside.
Well, in Western Christian, a great job defensively. You see the bench clapping right now. They're in a man-to-man defense, but when a white jersey is attacking the paint, there's 2 to 3 maroon jerseys around every time. There's 2 right there. They're doing just a great job defensively.
On a hard spill on the floor there for Sydney Burke. Foul occurred off the ball. And so now North Linn is in the bonus. That foul was on McKay Van Holt. But again, just very great help defense we have seen out of this Western Christian team, not making it easy at all for North Linn, as the first of the 1-and-1 free throws is good for Sydney Burke.
Into the lineup for the Lynx, number 54, Ellie Flanagan, and number 10, Fallon Finnegan.
Some more substitutions brought to you by IMT Insurance coming in for North Linn. A 2-for-2 trip there by Sydney Burke, who now has 7 points. Grace Flanagan leading the way with 10 for the Lynx. Baseline jumper, well off there by Koima. Western Christian shooting below 25% from the field here in this first half. Flanagan drives off the underneath side of the backboard. She's still fighting for the loose ball. Held ball is called, but possession will stay with Western Christian.
As a post player, McKay Van Holt, just an outstanding job of post defending off of the ball screen. The guard didn't take the ball screen, but Van Holt is there every time as a post helper, gets back to her offensive player. She's just a great person to watch and how to play post defense.
35 seconds to go here in this first half. Here's Van Holt. Koima for 3. Off the mark. Van Holt with the offensive rebound and the putback.
McKay Van Holt.
McKay Van Holt trying to put this team on her back. She now has 8 points. 7-point lead for the Lynx. Final 10 seconds to go. And what's been a thrilling first half in this one. Ball gets knocked away off the exchange. Still stays with North Linn. Not so fast. Held ball called. Despite Western Christian starting to run away with it. Ball will stay with the Lynx with 2.1 seconds to go here in this first half. Flanagan throws up a shot and will not fall in, and that will do it after 1 half of play here in Wells Fargo Arena. North Linn leads Western Christian 24-17 here at the break. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll be joined by head coach Paul Sonius, who got a win earlier today with West Hancock. We'll talk to him, and then we'll recap the first half after this here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
Mid-American Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving, energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. So what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right, you decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
They say Buena Vista University is in the middle of a bunch of fields.
Hey guys, wait up!
Game on.
They say our idea of fun is morning tea.
And afternoon tea.
And anytime tea.
And we hang out like bumps on a log.
They say Storm Lake, Iowa isn't in the center of the action.
And when we study, we're not exactly grounded.
But you know what we say.
You gotta see it to believe it.
It's game day. Brisket smoking. The stakes are huge. Full rack, baby back. Fired up, quarter pound. Fast pass, dribble down. Slam dunk. Buzzers beat.
Victory goes to Fairway, the champion of meat.
With new Casey's Rewards, you can turn pizza into school donations. Download the Casey's app and earn points you can turn into donations to the schools you care about most. Or turn points into Casey's Cash or fuel discounts. Start earning more ways to give and get a little more good. Casey's Rewards. Points for school, points for you, points for fuel, points for good. Now at Casey's, our delicious handmade taco pizza is just $13.99. Casey's, here for good.
Back here at Wells Fargo Arena here in downtown Des Moines. We're at halftime right now. Northwind leading Western Christian here at the break 24-17. Now joined by the head coach at West Hancock, Paul Sonias. Coach, congratulations on the win earlier today, defeating Logan Magnolia to get things started here today, 57-31. I know it's always great to start off the first round with a W, and especially with that second half where really your defense helped you guys pull away with the win there.
Yeah, we are basically known more for our defense. Yeah, we can score points, but we do a lot of it off our defense, and a little bit disappointed in the first quarter with our defense, losing people a little bit. But, you know, as you said, the second half, I think we only give up 10 points. That's our style right there.
So what was the message at halftime? Again, giving up 10 points in a second half for any team, that has to be a great mark for you and for your staff to go with.
We talked about the idea of making sure you're hedging harder and make sure that you don't let a girl drive. And as number 21, Morrison, we were trying to figure out a way to make sure that she wasn't going to drive. And so the goal was to try to cut her off and get to a little better angle. Our angles in the first half were not as good, and we were right beside her. And what that does is it puts Amanda Cheezick in a very compromising situation down underneath there because she has to come help, and then we weren't helping on the backside.
Well, Coach, on the offensive side, like we were talking about off the air, almost 5 players in double figures. You had 3 in double figures. That balanced scoring really helps out as well with that depth.
Yeah, we in this game here, I think about every girl that we had out there had times when they were going to put the ball up. I think Riley Hiscox got us going in the first quarter. Maddie Eisman hit some big buckets. Kennedy Kelly was driving. Rachel does her thing.
Yeah.
And then you got Amanda Cheezick inside. And you know, no matter what you want to say, Amanda may not score as a lot of points as some of the others, but you have to be worried about her. And I think that might be one of the biggest keys that helps us is you either have to let her go and she's going to score points, or you got to try to take her away and that leaves somebody open for the outside.
Well, Coach, talk about the support from your fan base here. Came in here and just seeing all the red and white from West Hancock. That has to be really good, seeing that support, and I know that your team absolutely loves it.
Oh, we get great support. I mean, you think about the state championship football team. They had that side packed down there, and up in the crowd I saw a lot of those football guys and the wrestlers, as we had a state wrestler this year. And we're all thinking the same thing. We want to bring home that state championship, you know, just like they did. And our crowd is awesome. I can't wait to see what Friday brings for us when we're down here.
Absolutely. And final one, Coach, before we let you go, you won't play until Friday morning. You will either face Northwind or Western Christian. So what's it like now preparing for a game now, knowing that you're not going to play until Friday morning?
We're going to go home, and we'll watch what they did tonight and today, and we'll watch it tonight and be ready for tomorrow's practice. And then I think we're not coming back till Friday morning. We're going to try to sleep in our beds. I still think that's one of the best things in the world is sleep in your own bed and keep everything routine. And you know what? Both these two teams are good athletes out here. and I think we have great athletes. So I think it'd be a fun game to be involved in.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, congratulations on the victory. Moving on to the semifinal round, and we wish you the best of luck the rest of the way here at the tournament.
Thank you.
All righty, that was head coach Paul Sonias of West Hancock joining us here at halftime. Again, North Linn is leading here at the break. We'll take a timeout, and we'll recap the first half stats after this from Wells Fargo Arena.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise, and your lights will go on. That's because at MidAmerican Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Crowded lecture halls? Not anymore. Southwestern Community College is a different place. It's where we break from traditional college to do what's best for your career. It's about teaching the way you learn, having fun along the way, and giving you the experience you need for what comes next. A job and an income in as little as 1 year. That's why you go to college in the first place. Southwestern Community College. Your career starts here. Check out SWC's career-related programs at swciowa.edu/yourcareer.
It's game day. Brisket smoking. The stakes are huge. Full rack, baby back. Fired up, quarter pound. Fast pass, dribble down. Slam dunk. Buzzers beat.
Victory goes to Fairway, the champion of meat.
Believe it when I know yeah, we going high. Gotta climb to the top, but we're never gonna stop. When I know yeah, we going high. We're going high.
Hey, Central College has a new tuition price of just $18,600. That means the college experience that opens doors for a lifetime is more affordable than ever, and scholarships are still available. Apply today at central.edu.
Des Moines. The yeses are silent. Our city is buzzing. Catch what you've been missing today.
At Waldorf University, we are warriors. On campus and online. In the classroom and on the field. Our work today will power tomorrow, continuing a rich tradition started in 1903. And once you're one of us, you forever are. Waldorf University, we are warriors.
Welcome back here at halftime here inside Wells Fargo Arena. Hunter Phillips and Jackie Kalin back here with you. North Linn leading here at the break against Western Christian 24-17. And Jackie, what an exciting first quarter. Maybe not so much for the scoring, but what we saw on defense from both of these teams.
Well, we've seen a lot of good things defensively, and it shows in the second quarter offensively. Both teams really struggling to get anything going. North Linn, who we know leads the 2A division in three-point field goal percentage, really all of their field goal percentage from the top down on their lineup is really, really good. They haven't scored in the last 4 minutes of the game.
And that second quarter, again, North Linn outscoring Western Christian 9-6 against points hard to come by. You take a look at the first half stats there. Pretty even when it comes to rebounding. Both teams struggling from beyond the arc, and both teams creating a lot of turnovers as well. But North Linn leading here at the break 24-17. We're going to take one final timeout. When we come back, we'll have the second half for you here inside Wells Fargo Arena in downtown Des Moines on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise and your lights will go on. That's because at Mid-American Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
I'm an Iowa teacher. I fight every day to make sure that the students have real-world life skills. My Iowa Bank helps any way I need them to. They have come to my class to be guest speakers. They have welcomed us into the bank. If you don't have a relationship with your bank, you need to make one. I love my Iowa Bank.
More Iowans choose to bank with an Iowa bank. Get to know a real Iowa banker and discover the genuine difference of Iowa banks.
In Iowa, we all play by the same rules. Hard work pays off, practice makes perfect, success is something you earn, and teamwork helps us all be winners. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics. Because on our team and on yours, what we bring to the table is what brings us all together. Learn more about our commitment to Iowa at iowapork.org.
Back here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy. We're just moments away from the second half beginning here at Wells Fargo Arena. Northland leading Western Christian 24-17 in this final Class 2A quarterfinal game of the afternoon. Hunter Phillips and Jackie Kalin here with you. So now the chess match, Jackie, is happening between both of these coaching staffs right now because it was kind of gridlocked there on offense for both of these teams. So what are you expecting to see here in the second half?
Well, I'm interested to see the any adjustments Northland makes in their zone. Western Christian came out with quite a few offensive sets, setting screens against that zone. Didn't necessarily hit the shots, but got some good looks. And on the flip side, I think in general for Western Christian, you know, they were 1 for 12 from 3. I think for them, the conversation has to just be about taking that deep breath, settle in, and then see what they can do.
Western Christian will have the ball to open up the second half again, wearing their all maroon uniforms. Northland and their all white unis. Here's a 3 on the way by Koima, who made the lone 3 for the Wolfpack there in the first half. Another 3 on the way is good. Second chance points coming through for the Wolfpack.
Love the energy from Abby Postma after that make, getting her team going, like, let's go. Creating that energy for her team.
Again, a senior loaded lineup for the Wolfpack. They've been in these positions before. Here's the Lynx back with it. Off the glass. Shot is off for Ellie Ware, but she is able to draw a foul.
Fouls on the Wolfpack, number 31.
Yeah, buckets have been really hard to come by, especially in the paint. Jackie, with that defense that Western Christian has been able to deploy, but that time they were able to get inside to the 6-foot junior center. Ellie Ware misses the first free throw.
Yeah, and in general, again, with Western Christian's man-to-man defense, they do such a nice job of playing together. And some of that team chemistry, you got to think, is from playing multiple sports together. We've already mentioned a lot of these players were on the state championship volleyball team, played different sports together. That chemistry shows in different platforms.
Ball knocked out. It'll stay with Western Christian. And again, you cannot duplicate what it's like to be a champion. It does not matter what sport. Northland, a lot of these players were on their softball championship team as well. So the titles in multiple sports have been mounting up for both of these programs. Fun to see them here on the hardwood matching up against one another. They get Ware for a foul down low.
That's a great point, Hunter. A lot of players out here on this court today are already state champions in their respective sports, as you mentioned, softball and volleyball, and I'm sure they're itching to get one for basketball.
Olivia Granstra, the leading scorer for the Wolfpack, knocks down the second tray here in this third quarter. Now Western Christian has woke up here to begin the second half and just trail by 1. Grace Flanagan scored in double figures there in the first half. Has to back it out to Sydney Burke. Catching it in the corner is Abby Flanagan. Drives, tough in the lane, can't get the shot to go with the right hand. Bridgewater there for the rebound. They signal a held ball. Possession arrow will stay with North Linn. Subs will come in for both teams. And again, substitutions in today's game are brought to you by IMT Insurance. Learn how you can be worry-free with IMT at imtins.com. Steele, Granstra takes it and one.
The basket for Granstra.
Just like that, Western Christian is back in front.
Well, Olivia Granstra, who is working her butt off on the defensive end, face guarding Grace Flanagan, trying not to let her get any touches and making it happen now from defense to offense.
Now a 30-second timeout called by head coach Brian Wheatley of North Linn, who has seen their lead evaporate here in the early minutes of this third quarter, Jackie. And again, Western Christian really not changing so much. They're continuing to provide the pressure. Now they're taking advantage of the turnovers and finishing on the other side.
You're right, and then that's something that was really opposite in the first half. Western Christian turning the ball over more often, and North Linn capitalizing on that. So we're seeing the opposite happen so far in the third quarter.
Well, they were able to break through, Western Christian was, with back-to-back threes, including one by Granstra, who's at the line to try to complete a three-point play. And she does. 26-24. Western Christian back in front of North Linn with 6:10 remaining here in this third quarter. Flanagan driving, gets stuffed down low, but maintains her dribble. Posting up, gets it off the glass and in. Good recovery there by Grace Flanagan.
There's got to be a little sense of relief for North Linn. First field goal in about 6 minutes if you count from the first half. So kind of taking the glass off the hoop finally.
And now on the breakaway after the turnover. Flanagan was looking for a one-on-one possession. Now she'll call for a screen. Flanagan short with that one. Well defended down low. Holding the ground there was Sienna Moss. Layup good on the other side.
You can tell the shift in momentum and the energy that Western Christian is playing with on both ends of the floor.
Already scored 11 points here to begin this third quarter, and there's still 5 minutes to go. Here in the third frame, they lead North Linn by 2. Ball gets knocked loose. Burke still with it. Now it's Bridgewater. Senior point guard. Looking to drive, but nowhere to go. And her pass, dangerous one. Gets knocked out of bounds, and it'll be Western Christian basketball.
Wolfpack, number 11, Courtney Collis. And number 31.
Well, in the first half, we saw North Linn getting their hands on every ball. Grace Flanagan had 6 steals. And so far this half, it's been Western Christian getting their hands on the ball defensively.
They have forced 3 turnovers already, Western Christian has on the defensive side. Looking to attack again. Floater, short off the glass. Had the rebound for a split second, but bringing it down for North Linn is Abby Flanagan. Van Etten. Bridgewater now back to Abby Flanagan. Just over 4 minutes to go. Flanagan, wild shot in the lane. Is short. Now on the breakaway. Granstra draws a foul and nearly got another and one opportunity.
And Hunter, so far in this half, we've seen a lot of transition basketball from Western Christian. If we go back to our keys to the game, Coach Wheatley knew they have to get their defense set in order to use their length to their advantage. And so far this half, and a lot of times it's because of turnovers. The last possession, it was a missed shot and not everyone getting back. But in general, if you're making shots offensively, you're going to get back defensively. North Lynn's got to do it either way.
Granstra now with 12 points. Jackie, she had 4 at halftime. So an 8-point spurt for the top scorer for the Wolfpack has helped give them the lead back. And yet another turnover on North Lynn. Western Christian has outscored North Lynn 13-2 here in this third quarter. And looking to add on to this, they lead by 4. Granstra, nice pass inside. Foul called from behind on Flanagan. That was Van Holt. Was trying to go for the layup.
You bet, Hunter. Great vision and awareness, knowing where your teammate was before the catch. That's where some of the best passes come from, is being able to identify the open players even before you have the ball. So it's just a quick touch pass.
So Van Holt at the line has 8 points.
Full timeout.
And she'll shoot one more free throw. But a full timeout called by North Lynn. We will step aside. 4-point lead for Western Christian here in Des Moines.
Please direct your attention to the video.
Mid-American Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving, energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. So what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right. You decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Back here at the well, 30-26. Western Christian leads North Lynn. 3:32 to go here in this third quarter. That has belonged to the Wolfpack. Van Hol will shoot one more free throw here out of the North Lynn timeout on the way. Lane violation on Western Christian. It'll be North Lynn basketball.
Substitution for the Wolfpack, number 2, McKenna Koima.
McKenna Koima will re-enter the game for the Wolfpack. But you know, one of the notes that we were talking about, Jackie, and that you brought up here with Flanagan, is the fact that she has only made 1 3.
Well, Hunter really only attempted 3, and we see here with Flanagan on your top of the screen in the being face guarded by Courtney Collis. They're doing a nice job of not letting the 2A tournament top 3-point shooter get anything easy.
Made 10 threes in the state tournament game 2 years ago. Good finish there by Hannah Bridgewater. So Bridgewater now up to 5 points. 2-point lead for the Wolfpack. Granstra. Pass gets collected by Postma.
2 for the Wolfpack, number 10, Ali Postma.
And Postma is able to take it all the way for the finish. 32-28. What an exciting final Class 2A quarterfinal game it has turned out to be. Grace Flanagan on the low post. Draws a foul.
I love the change in speed that Grace Flanagan plays with. Earlier in the first half, saw her use some of her hesitation skills to get by defender there. She does a really nice job of keeping the defense guessing on when she's going to go where and changing up her speeds.
And again, like you mentioned, she's been doing that all afternoon long, but baskets have been hard to come by for the senior, who goes 1 for 2 from the line. And a quick foul committed there by
number 22, Grace Flanagan.
By Grace Flanagan, really frustration foul right
Into the
there.
lineup for the Lynx. Number
Yeah,
54,
Hunter, I
Ellie
was going to
Flanagan.
say, between the third quarter belonging to Western Christian and perhaps missing that free throw, I think it was a bit of frustration and just wanting to get the ball right back.
So coming in for Flanagan. Is Elise Ware. Here's a three. Off in the corner. And therefore the rebound is Ellie Flanagan, who just checked in for her sister moments ago, and she's calling for the travel. Ellie Flanagan, just a freshman. But again, basketball running in the Flanagan family. And basketball running in the family for both of these teams here this afternoon. .140 to go in the third quarter. Western Christian nearly gets it knocked away. Hard contact on the floor. Abby Flanagan
Substitution for the Wolfpack, number 22.
trying to go for the
Madison
steal.
Allie Postma, excuse me. Abby Postma. Looked like she got beat up a little bit there. She seems to be okay.
Again, both teams battling for the possession there. Ball thrown away. It'll be Lynx basketball. 1:33 to go here in this third quarter.
Back in for the Wolfpack,
As you
number
see,
3, Olivia Grenstra.
Abby Postma still checking her lip there. She will head to the bench. Again, just a tough collision. We've seen a few of those here in this contest here this afternoon. Here's Abby Flanagan. Throws it back to Bridgewater, who lays it in for the deuce.
Bridgewater has been a spark of energy for North Linn. Love the way she plays.
4 points here in this third quarter for the senior. Lead is down to 1 for the Wolfpack. Here's Granstra, who's been so good here in the quarter, draws another foul. And she'll be back at the line to shoot two. Again, Jackie, for a lot of these teams, you know, to have the seniors like they do, it's so key, but Granstra has really done a great job here in this third quarter, picking this team back up.
She really has, and she just plays with this strength that when you look at her, you don't necessarily chalk her up to be this player who's going to really outpower her opponent, but she has shown that she's not afraid to take it at anybody.
Again, was a member of that 2017 state championship team. It goes 2 for 2 at the line. Western Christian deploying a press. The Lynx trying to get it across the timeline. And they're able to do so as we have under a minute to go in the quarter. 3 off by Flanagan. Now another one on the way for the Lynx. That falls in for Sydney Burke. Her second 3 on the day. And we're tied again. First time since back in the first quarter. 34-34. Western Christian got off to such a great start here in this third quarter, but the Lynx coming back in it. Van Hole posting up. Gets the friendly roll there on the rim. 2-point lead for the Wolfpack. Flanagan to Flanagan. Driving in the lane. Blocking foul. Called there in the paint on Western Christian.
Foul is on the Wolfpack, number 11, Courtney Collis, her second, team third.
Third team foul on the Wolfpack. Flanagan throws it into Burke. 6 seconds remaining. Here's Flanagan for 3. In and out. Rebound gets tipped to Granstra. Still time, but Western Christian is unable to put up a shot in time, and that will do it after 3 exciting quarters of play here at Wells Fargo Arena. Western Christian leads by 2 over North Linn, 36-34. We'll be back with the fourth quarter after this here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise, and your lights will go on. That's because at Mid-American Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
With new Casey's Rewards, you can turn pizza into school donations. Download the Casey's app and earn points you can turn into donations to the schools you care about most. Or turn points into Casey's Cash or fuel discounts. Start earning more ways to give and get a little more good. Casey's Rewards. Points for school, points for you, points for fuel, points for good. Now at Casey's, our delicious handmade taco pizza is just $13.99. Casey's, here for good.
Hey, Central College has a new tuition price of just $18,600. That means the college experience that opens doors for a lifetime is more affordable than ever, and scholarships are still available. Apply today at central.edu.
Hey fans, as a reminder, Central College has a new tuition price of just $18,600. That means the college experience that opens doors for a lifetime is now more affordable than ever, and scholarships are still available. Apply today at central.edu. What an exciting fourth quarter we have on our hands here between Western Christian and North Linn. Hunter Phillips and Jackie Kalin, glad to have you with us on this Wednesday afternoon from downtown Des Moines. Jackie, the third quarter belonged to Western Christian, who trailed at halftime as a travel is called on the Wolfpack. But a 2-point lead for the Wolfpack over the Lynx, and it really seemed like the offense was able to develop for both teams, but especially early on for the Wolfpack that really got started off on a 12-2 run there to begin the third quarter.
When you know, Hunter, in the first half, I thought Western Christian did some nice things against the zone, got some good looks. They just weren't falling. And then they came out with this energy and started getting going in transition, as we see here right now, not allowing North Linn to get set up defensively, allowing for some easy buckets.
McKenna Koima stay outside. Now it's Allie Postma back to Koima. Made 3 earlier in the game. Granstra draws another foul down low. Again, she has just been relentless getting to the glass and trying to draw whatever contact she can.
And I'm just so impressed with her as a player. As we've mentioned, leads the team offensively, plays bigger than her size. And for part of this game, she's been the defender face guarding Grace Flanagan. You know, if you're usually the same player who's, you know, the gritty defender that has to put all the energy in on defense isn't necessarily your best scorer offensively. She's doing everything.
She sure has. She makes 2 big free throws for Western Christian, who leads by 4. With 6:40 to go in this one, again, the winner will face West Hancock, the 2 seed, on Friday morning. North Linn trying to get something going. And calling a timeout is head coach Brian Wheatley.
30-second timeout, Lynx.
Well, the man-to-man defense by Western Christian, it's a pretty much a full-out denial defense, making any of the North Linn players hard to get touches, hard to catch, and there Coach Wheatley saw there was nothing going and wanted to make sure he had a good possession here.
And again, just to touch on what we've been talking about throughout our broadcast is, again, North Linn, one of the top offensive teams, especially when you look at shooting. They're the best shooting team in Class 2A. I mean, what has really stood out for Western Christian here to be able to deny, again, a North Linn team that has balanced scoring, senior leader scoring. It has to be a great thing of emphasis for head coach Justin Nagan there for Western Christian.
Absolutely. The Western Christian's man-to-man defense really kind of by the book in terms of their ability to deny passes, to help each other in the paint.
Putback's good for
But there, North Linn able to get the offensive rebound.
And that was Ellie Ware, now has 5 points. Big rebound and putback there for the junior. 6:05 to go in the fourth quarter. Dangerous cross-court pass is picked off by Abby Flanagan. Crosses into the lane and lays it in, and we're tied again here. Second time here in the second half, 38-38.
When you have to go back to a nice timeout call by Coach Wheatley, who kind of saw their team didn't have anything going, not much momentum, and turned it around. 2 big buckets there.
Allie Postma currently with it for the Wolfpack, and she'll skip it back to McKenna Koima. Now it's Granstra finding Postma in the corner for 3. 2 strong. Good look there by Abby Postma. Grace Flanagan up the floor to Abby for 3. Knocks it down.
Number 32, Abby Flanagan for 3.
We are seeing both teams, you said it, lots of seniors, lots of emotions.
There's one of the seniors right there off the glass. No, but Van Hol there to clean it up and was fouled on the putback attempt. And she'll be at the line to shoot 2 as you take a look at the replay there. That 3 made by Abby Flanagan.
Teammate. Shooting
4th made 3 by the Lynx here
Hall.
today to give them the lead. Again, led at halftime as the first free throw is off by Van Hol. Led by 7 at the break, 24-17. Great third quarter by Western Christian. Had them up by as many as 4 points, but North Linn seeming to have the momentum right now after 2 missed free throws there by McKay Van Hol. 41-38 North Linn in front of Western Christian. Again, Western Christian defeated North Linn a few years ago, back in 2017 in the first round here at the Girls State Basketball Tournament. And Western Christian went on to win the state title. That was the last time they made it here to Des Moines. Grace Flanagan. Corner to Abby Flanagan. Off the shot fake. Looking for options. Will go outside. Now here's Ellie Ware in the lane. With the left hand. At the glass and finishes.
We're seeing the bench from North Linn really get into this. North Linn has lost in the first round their last 2 trips here. So I think they've talked about wanting to get past this first win.
And how about the friendly roll there
10,
for Western Christian.
Full timeout.
Full timeout on the floor called by Western Christian, who trails by 3. 43-40 is our score. We'll be back after this break from downtown Des Moines.
Mid-American Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving, energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. So what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right. You decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
.344 to go in the fourth quarter. North Linn in front, 43-40. After a tremendous third quarter by Western Christian that had them in front, we've seen a very strong start to this fourth quarter for the Lynx, who've outscored the Wolfpack 9-2. And they have the basketball, and they score.
Basket's good for the Lynx. Number 30,
Ellie Ware.
Great execution out of a timeout. One of the things coaches love to see, everyone focused in that timeout, coming out and doing exactly as planned.
That assist there by Grace Flanagan. She's had a great floor game here today. Western Christian trying to battle back down by 5. It's been Granstra who's led the charge. Held ball signal down low. And possession arrow points to North Linn.
Held ball.
This is going to be a big possession for Western Christian. That 5-point
for the Wolfpack, number 11,
difference with 3 minutes to go. They need to get a stop here to shift that momentum back towards them.
Wolfpack applying pressure, but begin to back off on the Lynx, who lead by 5. Hannah Bridgewater handling the ball for the Lynx. Goes back to Abby Flanagan. Now it's Bridgewater. Finds an opening in the lane. Skips it to Ware. Hook shot won't fall. Well defended down low, but the outlet pass gets stolen away by the Lynx. It's now North Linn trying to regather themselves in their front court. It's Ware. Making a couple pivots, but too many. Slid the pivot foot and a travel call.
Back into the lineup for the Wolfpack.
I can just
Number 2,
could see the
McKenna
relief
Koima.
from Coach Negan. Was pretty disappointed in such a great defensive stop and it going back to North Linn, but catching a break there.
Western Christian basketball. 2:15 to go in the fourth quarter. One of these teams will punch their ticket to the semifinal round here at the State Girls Basketball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. Flanagan, her shot gets stuffed down low. Ball lands to the lap of the Lynx. And a foul called afterwards on the Wolfpack.
And Hunter, I know
Fouls on the
Granstra
Wolfpack.
has
Number
had
15,
success
Abby Postma.
right around the
Her
hoop
second.
and kind of
2-4.
muscling her way there,
In
but
the
I
lineup
thought
for the Wolfpack,
that
number
time
11,
when she
Courtney
caught the
Collis.
ball, her defense was actually a couple steps off of her. She had that short jumper rather than taking it at him.
Hannah Bridgewater nearly loses the basketball. Timeout called by head coach Brian Wheatley. Some of the players didn't hear the whistle there. Wheatley saw that there was tremendous pressure being put on by
Full
Western
timeout,
Christian.
Lynx.
And will be a full timeout, so we will step aside once again. 1:57 to go here in this fourth quarter. It's a 5-point lead for the Lynx here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
Mid-American Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving, energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. So what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right. You decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Believe it when I know ya, we going high. Gotta climb to the top, but we're never gonna stop. When I know ya, we going high. We're going high.
There you see some great fans there in attendance. You know, Jackie, we're thinking about our Casey's player of the game, and when a game that's been so exciting like this, so many players have contributed, it's hard to choose from, but we'll be picking our Casey's General Stores player of the game here in just a matter of minutes, so stay tuned for that. North Linn, after a wise timeout by head coach Brian Wheatley, is able to get his team into their front court. And a foul there on the Wolfpack will stop play with 1:46 remaining in the game.
Her first. Team
They're
fifth.
not quite in the bonus yet. Still have 2 more fouls to give. But with no shot clock, we know they'll have to start fouling somewhat earlier than in the college game.
Ware handles the inbounds and will hand it back off to Hannah Bridgewater. Met up by 2 members there of the Wolfpack. And another foul there on Western
Fouls on
Christian.
The Wolfpack. Number 15, Abby Postma. Her third. Team 6.
That foul on Postma, Abby Postma. Just getting the inbounds is Abby Flanagan. Abby Flanagan today with 5 points, but hit a big 3 here earlier in the quarter. And a turnover on the Lynx.
Substitution for the Wolfpack. Number 2, McKenna Koima. And number 31, McKay Vent Hall.
So substitutions coming in now, again brought to you by IMT Insurance. So just like that, Western Christian basketball. There's Olivia Granstra, corner 3, off by Koima. And Ellie Ware collects the rebound as Grace Flanagan brings it up the floor. Sends it over to her senior sister, Abby Flanagan. Coach Nagan calling for his players to come up and foul. And finally are able to draw one with 1:01 remaining here in this one. So now, Jackie, it's time to name our Casey's General Stores player of the game, and got to go with senior Grace Flanagan. 13 points, go along with 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and has over 6 steals in this basketball game.
She sure loves to stuff the stat sheet, and you can just tell she's their senior leader, makes the team go, and has done that again today.
So again, Grace Flanagan, our Casey's General Stores player of the game. Casey's General Stores is proud to sponsor the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union, and today's player of the game, Casey's, is at the heart of many Iowa communities, cheering on our local teams and fans and making sure there's fresh pizza, win or lose, as the 3 is off by Western Christian. Sign up for new Casey's Rewards, the new rewards program that gives back by letting you redeem points for Casey's cash, fuel discounts, or donations to local schools. Timeout on the floor. 48.9 seconds remaining
full
here.
Full timeout, Wolfpack.
And a full timeout will send us to break as well. 7-point lead for the Lynx here at downtown Des Moines.
MidAmerican Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving, energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. So what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right. You decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
48.9 seconds to go in what has been a fun Class 2A quarterfinal game in this 3 versus 6 matchup, North Linn and Western Christian. Jackie, so if you're Western Christian right now, down by 7, what are you talking about in the huddle?
Well, I'm excited to see what Coach Nagan wants them to do. I personally like the philosophy of attacking the rim. I think that teams that have a lead with under 1 or 2 minutes to go get pretty hesitant and not wanting to foul, and oftentimes the Red Seal just kind of part.
So we'll see what happens, and Western Christian does have 2 timeouts remaining. Postma high off the glass. Doesn't fall in. North Linn with another key rebound. It's Grace Flanagan up ahead to Bridgewater. Now it's Ware back to Flanagan. 30 seconds remaining. Foul there on Allie Postma. And the North Linn faithful
10,
on their feet, knowing that North Linn is just 29.5 seconds left for a trip for them to go to the semifinal round, where they will face West Hancock.
Grace Flanagan.
Definitely a lot of smiles and excitement coming from the bench. I think
number 22, Madison
they're tasting that win in the quarterfinal, something that they have been missing the last couple of years, as we've mentioned. You can see the excitement.
2-for-2 trip for our Casey's General Store player of the game, Grace Flanagan, who has 15 points today.
Olivia Granstra for 2.
Granstra for 2, a quick 2,
timeout,
and a 30-second timeout is going to be called there by Western Christian. So like you were talking about, Jackie, just trying to attack quickly there in the middle of that North Linn defense.
Yeah, and we saw North Linn kind of just stand there straight up. Absolutely don't want to put them on the free throw line. So a nice job there by Granstra of getting straight to the rim. They're going to have to continue to get quick scores like that, and just kind of cross their fingers that if they don't get the steal, they need a couple missed free throws to be able to close this gap.
So that put Granstra at 18 points. Game high in this one. Her and McKay Van Holt both in double figures. North Linn with 3 players in double figures. Pretty balanced scoring for the Lynx all together today. North Linn to inbound, 23 seconds to go. Abby Flanagan over to her sister Grace. Lynx have to get it across here, and they're able to do so. Ball gets knocked loose. Western Christian with it here in the final set of seconds. It's Granstra who's able to lay it in.
Granstra.
And a timeout called once again by Western Christian. That is their final timeout. We'll stop play with just 2.9 seconds to go. And a full timeout. So we will step aside as well. 5-point lead for the Lynx, who will try to move on to the semifinal round. Here, we'll take one final break.
MidAmerican Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving, energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. So what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right. You decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Just 2.9 seconds remain in this one. North Linn in front of Western Christian by 5 points, 49-44. Hunter Phillips and Jackie Camlin here with you. And Jackie, North Linn will inbound this one. And, after a really strong third quarter by Western Christian, North Linn just responded so nicely to begin the fourth quarter and look like they're going to hold on for a win here in the quarterfinal round. Bridgewater heaves it in to Grace Flanagan. And that will do it for the Lynx of North Linn,
who
move on to the semifinal round as they defeat Western Christian 49-44. What a fantastic effort from North Linn to come away with the win, and congratulations to Western Christian on a great season.
On the video board. Fans of the advancing team are asked to greet their team on the north.
So now both teams shaking hands after a great battle here, Jackie. And now we'll have the trophy presentations here in just a matter of seconds. But again, just coming in knowing that both of these teams knew each other very well. North Linn, a little salty taste in their mouth after the last time they faced Western Christian here at the Well. Now North Linn will be moving on to the semi-final round. So now we'll turn it over to our PA announcer, Gina Rogers.
Awards presentation. In addition to receiving medallions, each participating player will receive a commemorative basketball provided by the Iowa Farm Bureau, proud title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Presenting awards from the IGHSAU are Gene Berger and Gary Ross. Congratulations to head coach Justin Nagan and the Wolfpack from Western Christian on an outstanding basketball season. And now, Grace Flanagan will advance their team to the next round on the official bracket at center court.
And the celebration begins for North Linn as they defeat Western Christian 49-44. We're going to take a timeout. When we come back, we will recap all the exciting action that we just saw here in this final Class 2A quarterfinal game here at the Well. That is next here on the Girls Union Network, powered by MidAmerican Energy.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise and your lights will go on. That's because at MidAmerican Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
It's game day. Brisket smoking. The stakes are huge. Full rack, baby back. Fired up, quarter pound. Fast pass, dribble down. Slam dunk. Buzzers beat.
Victory goes to Fairway, the champion of me.
Welcome back here to Wells Fargo Arena in downtown Des Moines. Hunter Phillips and Jackie Camlin here with you. And Jackie, we've seen some exciting games here these first few days here at the state tournament, but that one was just down to the wire between North Linn and Western Christian. And how about the Lynx pulling away with a win? A strong fourth quarter to come away with a win, and now they're on to the semifinal round.
Well, just a fun game to watch, to see, North Linn had it going early and got the lead. Then we saw Western Christian come out and take over that third quarter. North Linn didn't give up, cut the gap again, and just an outstanding game by both teams. We saw Western Christian and their players, are of course disappointed, but incredible season for them.
Yeah, and Western Christian, give them a lot of credit as well as we take a look at the final stats here. coming away with a big third quarter. They outscored Northwind by 9 points there, but again, the strong finish by Northwind. The 3 seed, again, they will go on to face West Hancock. But you look at the final stats there, Jackie, pretty much even all across the board. But again, when you talk about two teams that had great senior leadership, two teams that know each other when playing here in postseason play, you knew it was going to be back and forth.
Well, and I think it was the balance from Northland that really got them the win in the end. I mean, we know about the Flanagan sisters and Grace Flanagan being the player of the game, but Sydney Burke had huge shots in the first half and second half. And Hannah Bridgewater, just multiple names you can throw out there for Northland to help get this win.
And you did see the one stat there that they did hold Western Christian to just 3 for 19 from beyond the arc. So a big mark there for Northland defensively. So that will do it now for the 2A schools. Now the 1A schools will be taking part now in the quarterfinal games. But Jackie, now we're starting to get closer and closer towards the semifinal round, but a lot of excitement here at Wells Fargo Arena here these last couple of days.
You can just feel it. I mean, quarterfinals on to semifinals. For the girls, it's on the biggest stage for high school basketball, and every time watching the kids warm up and the energy that they're playing with, 1A all the way to 5A, it's been a blast to watch.
So again, congratulations to Northwind for moving on. As for Western Christian, congratulations again on another great season there for the Wolfpack. So that will do it for us, for our entire crew. For my broadcast partner, Jackie Kalin, I'm Hunter Phillips, signing off from here inside Wells Fargo Arena in downtown Des Moines. Thank you so much for watching our live coverage of the 2020 Iowa Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.